נפשי את אדוני וכל קרבה את שם קודשו ברכי נפשי את אדוני ואל תשכחי כל גמולה
오늘 브래드쇼는 제가 귀호강을 하면서 시작을 했습니다. 이스라엘에서 굉장히 활동을 활발히 하고 있는 메시아닉주 찬양 가수 캐렌 실버 양의 찬양을 들으면서 시작을 했는데요. 이스라엘뿐만 아니라 전 세계 다니면서 히브리어로 찬양을 하고 많은 분들에게 은혜를 끼치는 아주 역량 있고 영성 넘치는 그런 메시아닉 찬양 가수입니다. 그분의 CD가 어느 날 제 손에 들어왔어요. 그래서 한국에서 그 음악을 듣다가 너무나 좋아서 도대체 어떤 분인지 너무나 만나보고 싶었고 드디어 오늘 제가 캐렌 실버 양을 만나서 직접 찬양을 들으면서 오늘 브래드쇼를 시작하게 되었습니다. 어떻게 이렇게 영감이 넘치는 찬양을 하게 되었는지 오늘은 캐렌 실버 양에게 음악에 대한 찬양에 대한 이야기를 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you.
굉장히 아름다운 곡을 연주해 주셨는데 지금 연주해 주신 곡의 제목과 가사 내용이 어떤 건지 좀 소개를 해 주시죠.
So the song that I just played was Baruchi nafshi et Adonai, bless the Lord, O my soul, and it comes from the Psalms, of course. And basically, the song is saying how we need to command our spirit man to worship God in any situation that we encounter. We can praise him because he is worthy all the time, to remember what the good things that he did for us in the past and to meditate on his goodness, how he carried us into his love. So this is what the song is about.
제가 조금 전에 우리 캐린 실버 양한테 이 CD를 선물로 받았는데 이 CD에 들어있는 곡 중에 하나가 지금 연주한 곡이죠?
Yes, it's the fifth song on the album. The new album that I just brought out 4 months ago. It's called King of Glory, Melech HaKavod.
지금 이 앨범에 Bless the Lord of my soul 이 곡 말고도 또 여러 곡들이 있는데 전체적인 음반의 내용에 대해서 좀 설명을 해주시죠.
It's basically the album has 12 songs composed, and I wrote the music and the lyrics too. And those are all songs that God gave me in the past few years. I've been a worship leader since I was 13 years old, and the Lord has stirred a passion in me to welcome His presence into the congregation and to see through the songs that He has given me, the people come to an encounter with Him. This is actually the second album I produced, and it came from a desire to obey God. There's this story in the Bible where He says that He has given us talents, and we need to not bury them in the ground, but make it fruitful and be faithful to what God has given you. So I really believe that that's something that God has given me, and I wanted to be faithful in that calling. And so that's where the CDs come from, as a base. And specifically this album, I felt that the Lord was guiding me I was going through a very difficult situation, a very difficult period in my life, and those songs just came to me either by dreams or when I was sitting down and needing my close time with the Lord. He gave me those intimate songs with Him that brought a lot of healing and a lot of, they revived me. Most of the songs have this huge, story behind them, but basically this album comes to say that He is the King of Glory, and no matter what we are going through, it could be the toughest things, and life throws at you really difficult things sometimes, but He is still the King of Glory, and it doesn't matter if you feel like worshiping or you don't feel like worshiping. He is the King of Glory, so we have to worship Him, and in that surrender, in those difficult times, comes healing, comes freedom, comes new revelation.
그럼 그 CD에는 히브리어로 찬양을 하신 겁니까? 영어로 찬양하신 겁니까?
Most of the songs are in Hebrew. I have one song that is Hebrew and French because I'm also a French speaker. And I have two songs that are Hebrew and English. But all the songs in the CD have transliteration and translation to them in the booklet. And so you can get it and you can sing along, because the purpose of the songs are not to be only agreeable to the ear, but so that it can stir up a worship that is different maybe than what the nations know and experience, but has a deep meaning and connection to the land of Israel, to the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus. So I have people that don't know a word in Hebrew singing Hebrew because of the songs, because they go and they see how to pronounce the words.
그리고 제가 이제 듣기로는 캐런 실버 양은 이스라엘에서뿐만 아니라 물론 이제 이스라엘에서도 크고 작은 집회가 있을 때마다 가서 이제 찬양도 하시지만은 외국에 다니면서도 굉장히 찬양 집회를 많이 한다라고 들었습니다. 주로 어느 나라에 가서 어떤 집회 가서 찬양 집회를 하고 또 그곳에 가서 메시아닉주 찬양 가수로서 찬양을 했을 때 반응은 좀 어떻습니까?
So I'm leading worship as one of the main worship leaders here in Kerem El congregation in Haifa. And I've been doing that for a few good years. And as I said, I've been leading worship since I was 13 years old in different congregations that I was brought up in. And yes, I go out and I have the privilege of leading Gentiles and the nations into Hebrew worship and leading them into the presence of God, and I love doing it. It's amazing to see how special the connection of the nations to the Hebrew, to Yeshua, to Jesus comes together when you worship together. I've been in a lot of places, from New Zealand and Australia to Canada and America and Europe and Turkey even, leading worship in an Arab conference that I was, and it's been really a huge blessing for me to see the God of the universe in different languages coming together and singing. Always I do a little bit of English, Hebrew, and the language that is of the place. And it's amazing to see the combination, how God can be worshipped in every single language. It's so powerful.
한국에는 안 오십니까?
Whoa, I would love to. I would love to. We just, a few months ago, we went and we did kind of a tour we went to Asia. We went to Hong Kong and Singapore, and we did a few meetings there. And it was the first time that I've been to Asia, except on different, I was in India trying to evangelize to Israelis in the past, but I wasn't in Asia before that. And it was so amazing, just the connection, even though I don't know the language, and a lot of the people didn't know how to communicate with me because they didn't know English. The connection in the spirit was so powerful. We just kept hours worshiping you know, in our own languages, and just when the Spirit of God was so strong, it was heavenly, just a taste of heaven on earth.
저는 뭐 노래를 잘 못해서 뭐 그런 경험은 전혀 없지만 뜨겁게 찬양하고 막 그럴 때 이제 본인 순서가 돼서 대기실에 있다가 무대 위에 올라가서 히브리어로 막 찬양할 때 그 무대에 그 장소에 강력한 그 성령의 임재하심 이런 걸 막 느낄 때 온몸에 전율이 오고 막 그러죠.
Good question. When I come and I lead worship, I always have butterfly. Even though I've been doing it for a long time, every single time I come with fear, because I know that I'm going to be serving the God of Israel, the God of the universe, and for me, I imagine myself every time I come to the keyboard or every time I'm on the stage, I imagine myself in front of God, in front of Yeshua, Jesus, and just worshiping Him. So everything around me just blurs up, and I'm here to give what God gives me and to release it on earth. And usually it comes from my personal time with God. It's downloads that I receive from Him. I'll give you an example, which is, I think, so mind-blowing to me. I was sleeping at night, and in the middle of the night, I think it was 1 a.m., I woke up with a song. And I had a vision, I had a dream of me singing the words and singing the tune. And I took my iPhone and I was recording it, half sleeping, recording it so I'll remember it in the morning. And that's one of the songs that I love. But it's really, that's how God does that with me. I write songs that come from Him, and I believe that worship is a gift that God has given earth, humankind, that brings a connection with what goes on in the heavens. So the minute that the sounds, the worship from the mouth, the worship of the instruments start on earth, they connect with heaven, and there's this even bigger worship going on. And we are just connecting to what is already happening 24 hours in heaven. So when I go outside and I lead worship outside with all those people, they're really, I remember that I'm worshiping one God, one awesome God, and everything else just blurs away.
캐린 실버 양의 찬양을 어떤 집회 현장에서 같이 부르거나 듣다가, 또는 캐린 실버 양의 CD를 집에서 오디오로 듣다가 어떤 영적인 치유를 받거나 몸이 아팠던 데가 이렇게 치유를 받았다, 이런 간증을 혹시 들은 적도 있으십니까?
This is one of the most amazing things, that you see how God can use His gift through you. And I've been getting a lot of people writing to say thank you for the music. And the thing that is amazing is that even though it's in Hebrew, and a lot of people from the nations don't understand the Hebrew language, they get healed, they get freed from situations that they've been dealing with for a long time in their life. One of the stories that I can recall right now, is this woman. She was abused, and she was locked in this kind of a prison for a year, and all she had, she received from a friend the CD, and she couldn't let the people that were holding her captive know that she had that, so she would hid it, and only in the night she would put it in her player and listen to it. And that's what made her come through this difficult situation in her life, and made her even stronger in her faith. That's encouraging to me, to see how God uses the songs to heal people from manic depression. I had people writing me that they were saying how they've been dealing with psychological disorders and being completely tormented, and seeking the Lord, knowing the Lord, and wanting His healing. And through the songs in Hebrew, He brought that healing, that restoration into their lives. That's amazing, and people keep writing to me, and I'm so grateful that they do because it's encouraging to me.
특별히 더 본인이 애착이 가거나 특별히 사연이 있는 곡이 있다면 어떤 곡입니까?
Every song has its own story, but if I could pick two songs that I love the most, let's say, on the CD, I would say the first one, the one that I really love is the last one. It's the 12th song. It's called Kumi Ori, Arise and Shine. And it's taken from different places in the scriptures, but it's basically saying, arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen. And from Isaiah. This song is special to me and precious because I started writing the song years and years ago as a proclamation over my sister, which is not a believer, just to proclaim that she should rise and shine because her light has come and come back to the Lord. And I was singing it and didn't feel like it was completed, so I didn't release it and I didn't do with it anything. And then I went through a very difficult season in my life. 3 years ago, I lost my baby girl.
Wow.
It was devastating. It was very painful and hard. And I went through a very long grieving process where I felt like worship was taken out of me. And about a year later, into that process of grieving, I sat down at my piano at home, and this song came back to me, and I started just playing it. And as I was playing it, I got the last part. God just downloaded the last part of the song to me, which is arise and shine, and the old things have passed, and I have made something new. Come to me, come to him, because he is waiting for you. And it was such a healing moment for me, and that song bears much significance and like a personal importance to me, because it's the song that God used to take me out of the ashes and bring me back to his glory, his beauty, to see his beauty, and to start the healing process. So I was in a grieving process for a year, and then with that song, I just felt, there was a shift, and he brought me from ashes. He brought me, to life, back to life. Funny enough, I remember a few weeks later, I found out that I was pregnant with my little Selah. My third one, my little girl that was born almost a year ago. So that's my favorite song on the album, and also B'chi Nafshi, the one that I did for you before.
본인이 부른 찬양 CD를 이렇게 틀어놓고 조용히 본인이 듣다가 본인이 은혜 받는 경우도 있습니까?
I don't like listening to myself.
부끄러운가 보죠.
But I have to say that specifically with this CD, I find myself listening to a few songs on it. Kumi Ori, I listen to it quite a lot because it's not my song. It's really not. This CD, all the songs here are not my songs. There are songs that are from God, and specifically the ones that were written during that season. It was kind of God giving me those songs to echo in my brain and bring me, or in my spirit, to bring the healing and the restoration and the encouragement that I needed to break through from that deep, dark hole. So I listened to songs on this CD, amazed, healing for me, and it's restoring me because I go back to those moments that I received the songs, and specifically the words that God gave me in the moments that the song was birthed out, and that's encouraging to me, and it builds me up. And that's what I hope That's what I hope and that's what I pray that the CD and every song on the CD would do to other people that listen to it. Whether they understand the Hebrew or not, that God would use it to really bring transformation, healing, comfort, and restoration to the people that are listening to it.
이야기를 듣고 보니까 구미호리 빨리 듣고 싶어지네요. 만약에 이 CD를 제가 구입을 해서 한국에 가져가서 듣는다 그러면은 아침에 새벽에 조용할 때 듣는 게 좋을까요? 아니면 저녁에 잠들기 전에 듣는 게 좋을까요? 아니면 아침에 출근하면서 차 안에서 듣는 게 좋을까요? 언제 듣는 게 가장 은혜를 더 받을 수 있을 것 같습니까?
That's a very interesting question. I never thought about it, how God gave me the songs and the power that I'm experiencing in my own life through those songs, because it's from Him. I would say either right when you wake up, because a lot of times when you're going through a very difficult season in your life, the hardest thing to do is get out of bed, and you have a battle. You battle life. You battle, do I choose life or death when you open your eyes? So I would say either very early in the morning, just as you wake up, boom, switch it on, or in the night, because the nights are darker, and there are the times where you have time to think, and when you're going through a difficult situation, then those are the times where you need the light of God to shine. You know, not all the songs here are, there are very happy songs and very joyful songs and songs that proclaim the truths of the Word of God, that Yeshua is alive and He is at work today, and songs that say, that are longing for His majestical return, that longing, oh God, we are just, come Yeshua, come Jesus, because we're longing to see you. So you could listen to it throughout the day, but if you are going through a difficult situation in your life, and if God is talking to you about healing and restoring, I would say I would pick, the morning and the evening to listen to it.
제가 가방을 이렇게 큰 걸 갖고 오질 못해서 많이 가져가지는 못하겠지만은 우선 제가 캐린 실버 양의 CD를 100장을 제가 한국에 가져가서 좀 팔아볼게요. 그래서 우리 캐린 실버 양이 찬양 사역하는데 좀 도움이 되지 않을까 이렇게 생각이 되는데 제가 좀 가서 한국 가서 좀 많이 팔아보도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
그리고 나중에 꼭 한번 한국에 들려서 우리 한국에서도 캐린 실버 양과 함께 히브리어로 부르는 찬양 집회 꼭 했었으면 좋겠습니다.
I would love that very much. I think it would be very special. The connection between Israel, me coming as a Jewish Israeli, coming to Korea, worshiping with you guys, it would be heaven. It would be really extraordinary.
여러분, 제가 캐린 실버 양의 CD 킹 앤 글로리 많이 못 가져가고요. 딱 100장만 가져가려고 합니다. 여러분께서도 이 찬양을 들으시면서 아침에 눈을 뜨자마자 이 찬양을 들으면서 하늘로부터 내려오는 놀라운 하나님의 은혜와 성령님의 임재, 그리고 힐링의 시간을 가져보는 것 어떻겠습니까? 우리 브래드 TV로 전화 주시거나 이메일 보내주시고, 또 우리 브래드 스토어에서 이 CD를 판매할 테니까 꼭 주문해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 마지막으로 우리 캐린 실버 양의 찬양 한 곡 더 들으면서 오늘 순서 마치도록 하죠. 어떤 곡 연주해 주시겠습니까?
So I think after this, talking about, we'll do Kumiori.
감사합니다. 쿠미오리. 박수 듣겠습니다. 예, 고맙습니다.
이